Making millions of dollars, and the victim's family have not partaken none of those profits. Took your clothes, gave you this. Took your language, gave you this.
100% way to survive jail or prison. Don't go.
Build your credit up. Why you need credit?
Then 12 years goes by and you don't even get a chance to go up for parole.
Yo, what up, what up? Living Life After Life podcast. Banky Pound, Troy Catchmore. We here. We have the honor to have the great King Pusha T with us. What up, homie?
What's up, what's up? How you doing?
What's happening? What's happening? What's
Good seeing you, man. A lot of people don't know, man. This is very dear. This is an honor. Like, we got one of the hottest, dopest lyricists in the game, in the building. Respect that. Listen, let's get into it.
Yes, sir.
I was in prison watching the video. You know, I saw the cars, I saw the lights, all this. The clips.
Yeah.
Grinding. I want to start with the clips.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You.
2002.
Malice. Shout out to No Malice.
Shout out to Malice. Yes.
How was that feeling, man? Y'all was in the hood, really doing the video. How was that feeling?
You know, it was a really good moment for me, honestly, and my brother actually.
Yeah.
You gotta understand that, like, my whole family is from Norfolk, Virginia.
Yeah.
You know, so just being able to, like, do music, do something that, like, people had never really seen in that up close and personal before locally.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? From some people who are from around the way, and then just, you know, sentimentally, like, you know, my mom lived in Tower Park, my grandma lived in Tower Park. Like, this is like I guess they lived in all the parks.
Yeah.
But but to be honest, but you know, to be able to just bring that type of energy and show everybody that, like, oh, this is possible, and, like, music is possible, and really being on the big stage from here is possible.
Yeah.
You know, it was really, really a good time, and really something that I run into kids now who be like, man, you know, on 1 minute and 30 into the video, you can see me Harlem shaking in the video. And I mean, these kids are grown. This is 20 years ago.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it just was, it was really inspiring for a lot of people, especially even myself.
Man, it inspired me because, you know, before I went to prison, we rapped. You know, I'm one of the founders of Crew Thick, but we never got on. So to see somebody, all this talent, if you from VA, you know, we talented. Whether it's basketball,
Everything.
football, boxing, rapping, like, it's super talent out here. But to break us, like, to see the clips get broke and not just say, okay, we out here, we got an album. No, the album was classic.
Yeah.
Like, the album was
That
was
song
so,
alone is timeless. That song is timeless. It's going to be able to play 20 years from now, just the beat alone, and then y'all flow on it. It's timeless. When you heard the beat, you already know what it is.
Yeah.
You know, and that's when you know you got a classic, when somebody can just hear the first chorus of the beat, boom, and they already know what it is.
Locked in.
Locked in, man.
So look, what about, let's speed up, because I want to touch on a few things. Let's speed up Daytona.
Okay.
Now, that joint, Daytona hit, like, what was the feel with Daytona?
You know, Daytona, you know, that was 2018. That was 4 years ago, and at the time, Daytona was one of 7 albums. No, one of 6 or 7 albums that was produced totally by Kanye West.
Wow. Okay.
So he was doing all of these albums at one time. So he was like, you know, so basically he did 7 songs for me, and he did 7 songs for 6 other people, all at one time. So do the math.
I remember
Right.
seeing you on an interview speaking about that, the process, and you know what I'm saying, like y'all was somewhere else. I remember seeing you on the interview speaking about that.
Yeah, you know, you know, it's always a crazy process in working with Ye.
Right.
He's you know, he's very specific about things that he likes, things that he wants. And this particular time, he wanted to go to, like, Utah in the middle of nowhere
Really?
Yeah.
and like record. So you know,
So
we
he
did
really
our thing.
like that, because that was my other question. What brought y'all two together? Because when I heard like you was president of Good Music, and I was like, how did that come together?
Well, originally, Kanye had a birthday party at the Louis Vuitton store years ago. It was like the flagship store, and he was always been in the Louis Vuitton. And one of his partners paid the Clips to come to the store and perform for his birthday, because at the time his favorite album was Hell Hath No Fury.
That's right.
So from there, we developed a relationship. Come 09, we did a record called Kinda Like a Big Deal together that was on the Clips album, To the Casket Drops. After that, just always, you know, in passing, always stayed in touch in passing.
Yeah.
And he started working on an album called My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy in Hawaii.
Yeah.
And actually it was Rick Ross who was like, yo man, you should get Push out here to come, you know, help write and just give ideas and things like that.
You killed that job.
And you know, from that came the Runaway song. It came the Soul Paul song with myself, Ye, Hove, Sahai.
Yeah.
And you know, then that just whole Good Friday thing, like that whole time, that whole moment was really good for music, and it was really good for putting out music and just doing something weekly and having everybody engaged, and everybody was just like waiting on what's coming next.
Yeah.
But that's how our whole business got together. So I eventually signed to Good Music, and while I was there at Good Music, you know, we would, you know, I tour a lot.
Yeah.
You know, he got everything going on, so we would be away from each other a lot, and then we'd come back together, and he'd be like, man, what's new, what's hot, what's going on?
Yeah.
And one specific time, I was like, well, listen, I like these kids. I said, actually, they're from Chicago. I think we should sign all of them.
Yeah.
And I was talking about Chief Keef, Lil Durk, and, you know,
Wow.
just that whole
Yeah.
gang.
Yeah.
And that didn't happen, but what did come out of it was the record Don't Like remix. And that was like the hottest joint of the summer probably that year.
Okay.
And you know, you asked about, you know, how the Good Music presidency came about. It was basically that. He was like, listen man, you sort of be knowing what's happening and what's going on, and
Hell yeah, you
at the
do.
time-
You trying to sign Lil Durk and them back then? Could you imagine if that went down?
Yeah, I was a fan of Dirk and them then. I was definitely a fan of Dirk. Then we actually went on the road together. I took him on the road with me one time.
What was your like, I want to know personally, like what was your mindset during the time, like from the Clips, when you know, like you say, you getting into this now, you meeting Ye, you getting signed, you know, you doing records with Jay and all them. How did it feel, you know what I'm saying, like coming from Virginia, your ascension, could you feel it? Could you feel like, you know, I'm elevating, I'm getting to that level where, you know, they not talking about Ye and Jay without saying Push too? Because I was just telling them earlier this morning, I was just listening to the radio and your name came up. Dude on the radio, he said, you know, album of the year, you know, he said, I like two albums of the year, man. My favorite. He said I can't pick one, but he said he like, you know, Kendrick Lamar, and he said Push.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, now your name is here. Your name is up there with him. So how does, you know what I'm saying, how that make you feel?
Man, it just feels like, you know, hard work paying off. You know, even and while it was happening, you know, I never really looked at it as like I'm arriving, because I'm working so hard. Like I'm like, you know, this is like a constant grind. Right. People just see or hear the end result, which is a song, but like, man, it's wild hours that you put into this music. It's late nights, it's early mornings, it's, you know, sometimes just being away from the family. You know, it takes a lot of focus. And while it's happening, it's sometimes it's confusing. It's a mess. Y'all don't see all of that. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know, the outcome is always good music. And then, you know, when you do get to sit back a little bit, then you and the projects come out and you hear the rumblings of the albums of the year and so on and so forth. Right. And being and your name being mentioned next to people like Kendrick Lamar and whoever.
That's amazing,
like,
man.
All of that is like, because, you know, artistically, man, I feel like we all fans of rap first.
Right.
Yeah.
So like when you're a fan of rap and you a rapper and you an artist, that don't really stop. That don't really go nowhere.
That's right.
Right.
So like, I be looking at other artists like, damn man, I wish I would have said that. Or damn, like, and the people that you're mentioning are people that I can honestly say like, damn, I wish I had that song, or damn, he said that line. You know what I'm saying? But it's really good to be in those conversations.
What's your creative process? Do you get alone? Do you get by yourself, or
Yeah,
you know what I'm
that's
saying?
a good question.
Yeah, what's your creative process? How do you know what I'm saying? Go from, I know, like I said, it's a lot of work, but how do you go from your concept, your idea, to saying that I know the world going love this? You know what I'm saying?
My process is it's changed a bit. Like, I feel like early in my career, I was so focused on having the best verse.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then having the best verse, everything was about the bars. It's about bar for bar for bar for bar for bar. And that has helped me. And that really, gave me a stable fan base for people to love that when they hear that. These days, man, I become a student. And when I say that, I become a student more so than ever before, is because I allow myself to be produced by the producer.
Right.
See, what people don't realize is, like, I don't have a production bone in my body. Like, I don't know nothing about beats. I don't know how to do that. That's not my thing. And what you need to realize about producers is they hear things that you don't hear.
That's right.
They hear things, they know things. They like,
that's right.
They making this music, and when they're making it, they hear where your voice is supposed to be. They hear where your voice is supposed to elevate, rise, inflect, and things like that. When you're a rapper and you just all you know is this, like, me, young me is just like, and I'm just trying to be the hardest. Like, it's cool, but you're really cheapening the process and the product.
That's right.
Because you got to make a marriage on these joints. And producers, that's what, not a beat maker, a producer.
Right.
That's what a producer does. And I personally have, in trying to elevate, and in what people are saying about this album, is that the It's Almost Dry album, is that they can't tell if it's better than Daytona or not, but they can definitely tell that, like, the elevation and the ascension in my flows and things like that, in the song making is different or elevated. And at the end of the day, that's what I'm trying to do. Just take you on that journey.
Right.
And see, when I look at when I was watching your career, it's parallel. Like, one thing about Virginia artists, athletes, what have you, we're so hungry that when we get our shot, it's not just being happy being there. Like, you can look at even with Iverson. He made it there, but every year he was getting better and better and put into that category.
Right.
Michael Vick, every year he was getting better and better. Pusha T, every year you was getting better and better, pushed into that category. Missy, Timbaland, Pharrell, this is what, you know what I mean? So the legacy continues.
Right.
The Virginia artists that get on, every year you push into that little crowd.
Yeah.
That little crowd.
Yeah.
You understand me?
That is, people always ask me where the pressure comes from. If I ever feel pressure, or if I'm ever, like, just under the gun, that's the only thing I feel pressure about in music, is like being able, like, what's the next level, or what's the higher height that I can get to. Because I personally believe that, I'm proving that, rap to me does not have to age out.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
Like, we've seen people, we've seen people exist in rap. You know what I'm saying? And they're good, and they've had long legacies, but they're existing at my age.
Get to a level where they just
and
on
they
the platform.
You know what I'm saying? But like, to be competitive at this age, like, really, Like you still putting on the gloves.
Yeah.
Like, and you really going out there for
Exactly.
it.
And that goes to you nominated for Rap Album of the Year, right?
For the BET Awards, and then the Grammy nominations come out.
Congratulations.
Oh, you a lot. You a lot. You
So
a
we,
lot.
we
Congratulations.
we going for that
So
one.
that's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
at the stage of your career now and at the age you are now,
Yeah.
to be nominated.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the ascension you talking
Yeah.
about.
Yes, sir.
So it proves, like you say, you live and prove that, it ain't no aging out. I'm getting better.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
Because this be your first nomination
Yeah.
for a Grammy, right?
Not my first. Not
For
not
album,
well, no,
for
this is
this-
my second one. This is my 2018 for Daytona.
Okay.
I got.
Oh, yeah,
I was nominated for Grammy Album of the Year.
Okay.
Okay.
And I didn't take it home. But
Yeah,
we here. We
Yeah,
going
you
for
here.
it.
You here. You gonna take it home this time, man?
Yes,
Because
sir.
like I say, I definitely listen to the album, man. It's definitely a classic,
Thank
man.
you.
And like I say, people is talking about it. It's out there,
Mm-hmm.
And like I say, I heard on the radio, I heard, on social media, everybody talking about it. So you definitely doing your thing, and I'm quite sure you don't plan on stopping.
No, sir.
Yeah,
Like,
it ain't no sense in it.
I wanna ask because, like y'all know, I just did 26 years, 8 months. Banky did over
33 years.
So we living life after life. This ain't supposed to happen.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? But we persevered. It's happening. You lived life. You're living life after life. We all come
Yes, sir.
from a life. You know what I mean? But it's like criminal justice reform, criminal reform. A lot of people like yourself, Iverson, all of y'all are integral in me being home. Y'all don't go around and promote it and put it up, but that's the reality. It's like
Right.
when Lil Sis post up something and you call, send it to me and put it on your page. He called, send it to me.
Right.
The first person when I walk out the prison, when I got in the truck,
Yeah.
on the FaceTime was Pusha T saying,
Yeah, he
"Welcome
told
home."
me that. That's real. That's super real.
Right?
Yes, sir.
We don't go around promoting this stuff, but it's a lot of people that's doing criminal reform. So what's your take on criminal reform? What you have going on? Anything,
Well, just to give you a little background of like just my stint in criminal reform. All right, so in Obama's last year office, there were a few artists that he reached out to come to the White House, and I was one of those artists. And we sat down at a table, probably 4 times long as this. And we sat all around the table. So, and he went around the table and asked everybody what do they want to see changed, or what was near and dear to them, and what could we fix. So this is last year, and it got to me, and I was like, man, I said we gotta fix the drug law. The punishment for the drug laws.
Yeah.
And I said, I feel like it's unfair, so on and so forth. And we just had a whole conversation about it. I probably went to the White House 2 or 3 more times that year, talked about it. At the time, we all know that Hillary was coming in next.
Yes.
So, well, she was going for it.
Yeah.
Right.
Running.
Yeah.
So, for me to support Hillary at that time, the only way I could support her was for her to be a voice for fixing those drug laws, because I feel like she had a lot to do.
Right.
Her husband.
Her husband,
Yes.
and just that whole little
Yes.
clique
Yeah.
at the
Yes,
time
that's a fact.
had a lot to do with the harsh laws. So I feel like, man, if I'm gonna support you, because to me, I felt like Obama was saying, like, listen, we gotta get her in here, boom, boom, boom. And I'm like, okay, well, if that's the case, we gotta correct a wrong.
That's right.
So it was basically, for me, I had an agenda.
Yeah.
Right.
She didn't win, but that was my agenda. At the same time, I had I was working with My Angel Cody and Miss Barnett. This was called the Decarceration Collective.
Okay.
Maybe. and you know, just doing any and everything I could do in regard to, you know, getting that message out there, getting the message out there, getting you know, getting people who I knew would be active in this space. One of them being my man Tony Lewis Jr. His father, Tony Lewis, is
they from up my way.
Has been in jail for
DC.
I don't know how long.
He pushing on about 35, 36 years.
Yeah, and I mean, we still are trying to get him home.
Yeah.
And you know, not for nothing, his son, as I got busier, he like his son is brilliant.
Yeah.
Very active in the community. And as I got busier and couldn't do all the White House things, he was so impressive that they welcomed him in, and he was doing everything under the sun. You know what I'm saying? And still to this day, still has the rapport. You know, of course, administration switched out, you know, Trump administration. So things got quieter on my end. You know what I'm saying? Because we didn't have that in.
Yeah.
But that's, people ask me that all the time, like, how did these things come about? That's basically how the whole thing ran down for me.
Okay.
You know,
And
now personally with you, you know.
Yeah, I can attest personally. I'm a beneficiary. I'm a beneficiary. We family, so I'm a beneficiary of the advocacy from you, from Iverson, from many. My family, like
Sure.
it took a whole lot to get me home.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'm very appreciative because I'm home. That's why I said this wasn't supposed to happen. That's why this is so special to me and my brother.
Absolutely.
You know, living life after life, man. We just trying to, and you know, because you look at the rap artists now, like, what blow me, we in the prisons like 26 straight years, like, you know, and I know a lot of it's marketing, promotion, you know, you got to look tough and all this, but, you know, I see a lot of guys that made it. Like, you got the money. Like, when we hustled and we did things, this was for a reason. Like, we was trying to really create a situation to get out of this life.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So now you rap, you get the money, you got the money, and you're consumed with beef. You're consumed with foolishness, right? Like Jay said before, he said, I can't rap about how I be in the hood all day. You know, that sounds stupid to me. You know?
Right.
And that's the reality. And when I look at it from our take, like, bruh, like, we fought to get to this point. Y'all making millions of dollars, and I already know it's the conditioning of your consciousness. What's the issue? Like, what we doing?
You know, I feel like music is very everybody's very opinionated about rap music, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like we need to really look at it as art,
Yes,
and
sir.
as the art form that it is. Now, it just so happens that the art form that we took a liking to, and the art form that we created, was built from the streets.
Yeah.
It was built from what's going on outside.
Yeah.
It was built out of despair, poverty.
Yes.
It was built out of hard times. But it's no
It's still
different.
art.
Yeah, but it's still art, number one, but it's no different than any other time in history where music, song, whether it was from slavery to, you know, just anything, was just, you know, the blues, jazz, things were built off of real life experiences.
Yes.
Now, you know, so people get very, you know, they get very judgy and opinionated, of course, on the black art. So we gonna you know, we gonna talk talk down and put on a different scrutinies or whatever. I don't like that.
Yeah. So it's most of that, because you're in the industry.
Yeah.
So it's most of that, you know, a lot of it, because they overhype it, but a lot of it is probably just art and a part of you know, the sport itself.
Well, listen, I feel like there are instances where, you know, things go too far with artists. There's without a doubt.
Yeah.
I mean, look at all the death and things that we're looking at. That's
Lately,
terrible. Like, it's
lately, that's
you
what I
know,
was gonna ask you. How you feel about that? Because a lot of rap artists, man, you know, over the past recent years, man, just been getting killed, man. Some senseless killings too, man.
It's terrible. I mean, you know, I look at it and it's really disheartening. Like, you know, I look at it and I look at the death that comes along with it, and it's like, you know, I say a lot that I want to be the Martin Scorsese of hip hop.
I've heard you say that.
Hip hop, and it's like Martin Scorsese. He make Goodfellas. He make all the gangster films.
Right.
And everybody runs to the movies and they watch them and they love them and everybody talks about him and he get win his Oscars. He do all this. Nobody say that Martin Scorsese is ruining America or ruining white America because he made these songs.
That's right.
I mean, made these movies.
These movies, yeah.
But yet, when we make songs and you know what I'm saying, and it's like, man, you know, it's
because they want to use your lyrics in court and all of these things. Come on,
listen.
Yeah.
Come on, man. And
come
what
on,
I'm saying
man.
is, it's no different.
Right.
It's no different.
But
we under a different microscope.
Yeah, because if you applied that same rule to Martin Scorsese, then he had been locked up.
Right, come on. How many Ricos he did? How many Ricos he be a part of?
1,000 in them jokes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm sure that I'm sure that even his movies and things come from a real place. I'm sure that, you know what I'm saying, or instances or just things he knows about, just like rap.
Just
yeah,
like
it's
rap.
so
It's good analogy, definitely a good analogy.
It's art.
Yeah,
you know,
it's
and
art,
it should
man.
be protected.
It's art. It should be taken as art. I feel like, you know, us as a people have to we have to govern ourselves.
Yes.
Like, we got to govern ourselves as a people when it comes to like the things we were discussing as far as death and you know the drama and the beef and things going too far. Because I don't think it should ever go this far. Because like you said, it's kind of like a slap in the face for a lot of people when we get in this, we make millions of dollars.
Yes.
We get paid beyond belief. We do this, and that. And then, you know, something happens, somebody ends up dying. You know, we don't get to see the full picture out. Somebody ends up in jail. Yeah. Like, it's like, you know, we really ruining it.
I seen a debate. I was with Gilliam and Joe Budden. He was talking about Black Lives Matter, and he was like, you know, I support Black Lives Matter, but Black lives gotta matter to us every single day. Yeah. And I wholeheartedly agree with him. Oh, yeah. That's not a stupid response. That's the truth. Yeah. Because we can't have it both ways. And we can't be out here fighting for justice from you, right? Not you per se. Mm-hmm. And then on the other hand, I'm gonna give him a pass to do what he wanna do. You know, and that's one of the biggest motivations for me changing my life. Like, once I became conscious and started to learn things about my people, my history, like real African history, you know, things that really move me, then it's like, you know, you can't say it matter, but you hurt your people. Like, we gotta have grow a deep love for our people.
I believe that.
Right?
I believe that, and I think that like I was just saying, it has a lot to do with. That's why I said we need to self-govern ourselves.
Yes,
like, we need to be on that type of time amongst us. Yeah,
it's,
you know what I'm saying?
It's
check
on
one
us.
another and so on and so forth.
Because it's a mindset.
It's
because
for sure.
You hustle, and people be out there hustling. A lot of rappers come from the hustling, you know, background. But the bottom line is a lot of them definitely come from poverty. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So you do all the things you do to try to get to the level that you at, to get away from the danger, the poverty, the violence. Then when you get into that position, you bring that into the rap. See, you take it away from the artistry, and you still trying to live this. You did this to get away from that danger. So leave that danger where it's at, and then you use your art form to live, man, and to you know, uplift your people, man, and everybody around you. But when they try to, you know, mix and match it, that's when you get people getting shot and people get, you know, you trying to live the artistry. You know, you did what you did and you've extended, man. Now just live your life.
I love Scarface. I grew up on Scarface.
For sure.
I used to watch that movie every single day. But Al Pacino, when the joint said cut, Al Pacino went home to his family and lived good.
Yeah, and still living good.
The dude on the floor got up.
Yeah.
This is what we ain't connecting.
The
dude on the floor got up and went home and led a great life, man.
Yeah. For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
and that's what it's about, living a great life.
Living a great life.
Yeah, reap the fruits of your labor, man.
And yeah, the fruits of your labor,
Absolutely.
your talents.
Yeah,
showing
man.
the world your talents.
Yes.
We
and,
sick,
and,
bro.
and enjoying it.
If you could do something, anything, this is the way I view. Like I said, I did 33 years in prison straight, 12,345 plus days.
Yes,
I
sir.
feel blessed every day to be out here. I tell people,
This easy out here.
I have bad days out here or days is not as good, but I don't even count them as bad days because I seen the worst of the worst.
You out
see
here.
what I'm saying? So when you doing the things that you doing out here and you done got to the level that you got to, man, you just supposed to live and enjoy life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you could do anything in life that millions of people pay attention to, listen to, man, you relevant. You relevant to the world.
right.
You need it. So you know what I'm saying? Like at the level that you at right now, you know, you can say anything and it's gonna be heard. And see, that's the difference between being locked up. You know, your voice is unheard. Don't nobody hear you. You can scream
Yeah.
as loud as you want, top of your lungs.
Right.
No one hears you. So when you out here in this world, man, everybody is trying to be on social media. Everybody's trying to be heard. Everybody's trying to be relevant. So when you are relevant, make it count.
Yes, sir.
You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Make it count. Say something loud, but say something profound.
Yeah.
see
And
what
you
I'm
got
saying?
those that say, I ain't no role model. Listen, when you're relevant, see, we keep trying, we attack holistically. So we keep trying to find remedies to our liberation individually. That's why
Right.
we messing up. So when you're blessed to become relevant, have a platform, what have you are a role model. Like I say, lead from where you at.
Right.
I don't expect you to leave from where I'm at. Pusha T, leave from where you at. LeBron, leave from where you at. You know, Pops, leave from where you at.
Yeah.
This is what we got to do.
Yeah.
You know, and even with that, I look at you as the way I look at LeBron is like, and I say that because, yeah, you in your art form here in this sport, but you are the constant professional. You bring an example that we need. Jay-Z, bring an example that we need. Like we can come, y'all, everybody, we talk about our life, where you come from. Y'all talk about it, you know, extensively. And now look at the progression going forward. You know, and we in prison, man. Listen, we so sick. And I know guys can root for you, won't, but man, you should see how many people hate on LeBron. And I said, look, we finally got an athlete that do it right, on and off the court. It's a good example, still with the same woman, family man. I said, how you fix your mind to hate him? Like that's how sick we are, bro.
For sure.
Man, I can't stand it. And you just saying, we just do this just cause.
Right.
So when I see you, you know, and I'm not being biased like family man, married, father.
Yeah.
You know, doing your thing, kicking ass. Nobody, you know, step out your lane, he gonna eat you. You know what I'm saying? One of the humblest brothers I know will pull up by himself, humble, like what we doing? This is what we need, that type of example, man. And I salute you for that.
Appreciate
you know,
it.
how's
Thank
the
you.
family doing?
Oh man, really good, man.
You know, cause you a champ, man. You had to tighten it up, right?
Yeah, no, for sure.
But
For
but you doing it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I hit you, you know,
Yeah.
and say, look, you know, I don't know that pain. I know something about a little pain, but I know, you know, you strong enough to bear whatever, right?
Yes, sir.
Hey, this is what we got to do. Huh? And we deal on the word is bond. Yo, I'm doing a podcast, bro. I want to interview. Say no more.
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah.
See, that's old school.
Yeah, that was
right.
crazy.
Huh?
Yeah, that was crazy.
That's old school.
Yeah.
It's the word is bond
Yeah.
thing. Like, yo, that's how we deal. It's a respect thing, and I want that example to transfer over to the youngest. You know, keep doing that example, man, so that they can see what it's supposed to look like. Because you know, you can't ask somebody to be something they never seen.
Right.
So the
That's a
visual,
fact.
our people need a visual. That's how we learn. You
That's a
know,
fact.
this is how we learn as our people.
Yeah.
You show me a visual, you could show us something one time and we're mastered.
Yeah.
Show me how to work those boards one time and I got it. You know? But before we get out of here, bro, at the end of the day, music is one thing, sustainability. You a businessman. I happen to be in your store. Cream, y'all. Go check out Cream. You want the hot gear. I went and got me a velour sweatsuit when I brought Slick Rick down here. And then they told me, this Pusha T store. I said, what? I said, man, I need to call your boss now. You know what I mean? But Cream, hot. Like the fly sneakers, the sweatsuits, how did that come about?
Man, we've always been in the clothes, always been in the fashion, and had a friend who was really good in the sneaker space, and but being from here, didn't have all the access to all of the brands and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
At the time, of course, I'm in the industry. He really lives retail, like this is what he do, but so, we just connected together because basically I can get in those doors.
Yes.
And at the time, one of the hottest sneaker brands out and fashion brands was Bape.
Bape, yes.
Bape the Nape. And then you had Billionaire Boys Club, and y'all know that's Pharrell's and Ice Cream. So he had I was able to get him that line in on that. And the retail business is very funny. So when you have a type of brand, then other brands want to be next to you. So it's like, being that those were the hottest brands in the retail space at the time, then all the other hot brands want to be next to be next to what's hot.
Yeah.
And over the years, I think we're going on 9 years now, maybe 9. Yeah, maybe 9, maybe more.
So are you expanding, outside of VA because the store is hot?
So it's 2 stores in Virginia, and there's a store in Philly.
Okay.
Now, that's doing really well. The people of Philly, shout out to the people of Philly. They've been very supportive, and I feel like we filled the void there. Okay. And again, Philly's a bigger market now. We got the Gucci account, we got the Dior account, we got the higher end accounts.
Yeah.
And it just all works. But people. Retail is a very, very interesting business.
Yes.
Very interesting business. It's cool. It's like, and if you're into fashion, it's something great. Okay. One of my more personal businesses that I love though is medical transportation.
Yes.
Now I've had that for we're going on 8 years now, and basically we just got 30 vans that run through the area, 757. We go up to Richmond, DC, everywhere, and pick up people who, are sick, doctor visits, everything. But I mean, it was a real bit, I've ended up taking my cousins to the doctors. My mother was a diabetic. Yeah. The van and took my mom to the joint.
Right.
You hear that?
You know what I'm saying? Just a lot of it's paid off. I feel like it's paid off a lot.
Yeah.
And it was started by one of my friends, myself and one of my friends who was incarcerated.
Yeah.
He came home.
Yeah.
And before he went to prison, he got me into the trucking business.
Yeah.
And it was something that I was foreign to, and he was like, "Man, look, this trucking business is a lick, man. Let's do it. We getting some money out here. Let's do something." So he put me on to the trucking business. I had 2 trucks, 18-wheelers going across country. He probably had about 5, 6 or whatever. Yeah. Ends up doing a stint in prison.
Yeah.
And came home, and we kicked it. And this guy always has a plan.
Right.
And he was like, "Yo, bro, there's something else out here. It ain't trucking no more."
Yeah.
And it ended up being medical transportation.
That's what's up.
And I was like, "Listen, that's what we gonna do then." I went and bought 2 vans. I was like, "Run it."
Yeah.
But look, that's funny. That's funny you brought that up.
Yeah.
Because me and my sister just we bought a big bus and bought a little bus.
Yeah.
The little bus I'm using is for medical transportation.
Yes, sir.
So I'm gonna be calling you and picking your brain.
What?
I just got me a bus.
We got it down to a science.
I'm gonna be picking your brain because
that's right.
Just like him, I'm just getting home. I just bought a daggone bus and you just brought that up.
Listen,
that's crazy.
And the business is crazy out your way.
Yes.
It's like
yes.
They be take my vans from here to go over there.
Yes.
To run. It's crazy.
So we definitely gonna talk about that.
Yes, sir.
Now, tonight.
Yeah.
Listen, It's Almost Dry. I'm going to that show with you.
It's Almost Dry tour, yes.
Tonight, my brother got 2 nights sold out.
Yeah.
2 nights sold out.
At the Nova.
At the Nova. We there. Cause I was supposed to come to Charlotte.
Yes.
Chanel and them went, I couldn't make it.
Right.
You know, but I was like, oh man. Then I see the crowd like, you old school. That's when I rap. I hit the stage by myself. I get it in.
Right.
We ain't had 40 people on this stage.
Nah.
Right?
Nah.
That's
I'm
old
not.
school, man.
Yeah, I'm not doing it like
Well,
that.
That's old school, man. You ain't no rapper.
I've been going. I ain't
You
no
a
rapper,
boxer,
but I
you ain't
just
no
I'm a
rapper.
boxer, but I love it. You know what I'm saying? And you know, like I said, I've been gone so long. I ain't even. You know, it's tons of things I missed out on, but it's tons of things that I'm gonna see. But that's I ain't even never been to a joint. So to go to your first joint, man, to be an honor and a pleasure.
Yes,
and
sir.
I just wanted to say this to you personally. You know, like I say, being locked up as long as I have, you know, you see these people on TV, you see these people, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
in movies and all this and all that, right? So, you know, I done did quite a few things. I've been out here 2.5 years, you know, a little bit over 2.5 years. And I done, you know, been on some platforms already and going on some more. But to me, I'm just saying for me personally, to be in the presence, because I consider you a superstar.
Thank
to
you.
No doubt.
to be in the presence of a superstar, and for you to be what I would call, in my words, to have such great humble confidence, man. It's like I'm talking to a regular dude.
Yes,
you know
sir.
what I'm
You
saying?
are.
But at the same time, I acknowledge, and that's a superstar.
That's great,
So
man.
that says something about your character. You know what I'm saying? And I consider myself a great judge of character. I navigated my way through 33 years of prison. You
Yeah.
understand me? And came out here, and I ain't crying over no spilled milk. I'm getting to it.
Yes,
You know
sir.
what I'm saying? But I just wanted to tell you that, man. I plan to meet a lot of superstars, but by you being the first one, you set the standard for me, bro.
Thank
They
you.
got to come.
Yes.
They got to come better than Pusha T. You know what I'm
Alright.
saying? No doubt.
And in closing too, man, you know, you already know it's family. We gonna
Yes.
It's love, respect, man. Appreciate you coming through.
Most
You
definitely.
know, I know you got a busy day. We humbly appreciate it, man. Hopefully we'll be sitting down with many more that just want to have real conversation with 2 real guys, man, that show that after you go through something, you can persevere, man. You can come out of it. I've been home
Absolutely.
only a year, 2 years, and we sitting down with the great King Pusha T,
King
man.
Push.
Before we go, I want to shout out my brother Paul Taylor, man, Sheila, they family, man. You got the call Monday, man, that his son was unresponsive in the cell in Greenville. We love you, Pre, you know.
Absolutely. Condolences.
Prayers to the family, man. Mental health is real, man. Mental health is real. I need y'all to really understand that all of us going through something. Some chronic, some acute. But we all going through something. We gotta pull together, man. If you have somebody that's going through something, be there for them, talk to them, hang in there, you know. So we love you, bro. We love you, Pre. And thank Pusha T, man.
All right.
Appreciate you, bro.
For
Love
sure,
you,
man.
Again, love.
Absolute love, bro.
Living
sir.
life after life,
All right.
man.
Man, if y'all ain't got that
Living
album,
life after
Get
life.
that album.
living
Get that
life
album.
after life. If y'all ain't got that Push album, man, as I always
Yeah,
tell
it's
y'all,
all
shame
good. Dry.
on you.
Making millions of dollars, and the victim's family have not partaken. None of those fronts took your clothes, gave you this. Took your language, gave you this.
100% way to survive jail or prison. Don't go.
Build your credit up while you need credit.
Then 12 years goes by and you don't even get a chance to go up for parole.
Supposed to die so many times, guess that's my afterlife. A lot of shit ain't work for me.